where I'm not elite, but sometimes I am dangerous. So I wanted to show off my ships. I was able to pick up an Anaconda last night. It is not fully kitted out just yet, but I wanted to talk about my ships, the ones I think are important, the ones that I like to fly, etc., etc. You can see a Vulture coming up right now. It's the last ship I was using. I may have to travel back to my home base before I can do that, but hey, that's the way it goes. Yep, I am at an engineer's base where I was doing some engineering. This is Blackhide. So I'm going to take off, go back to Nanamam where I've been hanging out with Zachary Hudson. And we'll take a little tour of my ships.
Ship released. Departure authorized.
Let's see here. I think we are in Sirius. Nope, we're in Word. So let me get my way back to Nanamam in a Vulture. Vultures are notoriously bad on fuel. So anytime I travel in a Vulture, I am scooping. So right now I am 2 jumps away from my home base. I have been working for Zachary Hudson. I was able to get the pacifier frag cannons. So I unlocked that, and now I'm just hanging out trying to get Federation rank. I am currently up to... can't see when I'm jumping, but I am currently a lieutenant, 71% of the way through to the next rank, and I'm 85% friendly. And currently I'm working on about 528 merits. I had a Type 9 Heavy, but I got rid of it. That ship is just way too big and way too heavy. And I like a more maneuverable ship. Most of the time I'm flying small ships because they're very maneuverable. And most of the time I run from danger, but hey, that's just the way it goes. And yet I do have a Python, and I did buy an Anaconda. Would not be my first choice for a ship to fly because the buyback is way too high. I do not use a big ship or even a medium ship when I'm running jobs trying to make money. My go-to ship when I'm making money is my Cobra, because it's got 16 tons of cargo and I can put a fuel scoop on it. I've got an SRV bay that's got 2 SRVs in it, and most of the time I'm doing planetary scans because it's good money and it's low risk. And, you know, based on the amount of time I'm going to spend, I make a lot more money doing that than if I were doing combat, which is going to be higher risk and less of a reward. Some people may disagree, but given the choice of professions, I'd rather do planetary scans, because a lot of times I'll end up with 2 or 3 scans on the same planet, and then I land, do my scan, go back to orbit, tool around for maybe 2 minutes. I'm back at the same base, don't have to find it. It's already been found. I just scan it again. Every so often the ship will come after me, and every so often I'll lose an SRV. Every so often my ship will get blown up. Well, that's life. I'm making between 1.5 mil and 3 million plus for each planetary scan. So on a good day, if I've got 10 of them queued up, I've probably got, 12 or 15, sometimes 20 million. And that works for me for about 90 minutes effort. But so far I've been able to buy all the ships that I've wanted. You'll be able to see what ships I have in a moment. I have a Python, I have an Anaconda. Python is fully kitted out. It's all A-rated. Has not been engineered yet because I've been working on my smaller ships first. I've got an A-rated engineered Cobra, I've got an A-rated engineered Eagle, A-rated engineered Viper Mark III and Viper Mark IV. But you'll see as soon as I land. I like to use docking computers because they save me time, and I don't want to waste time docking. Under very rare conditions, I might not use a docking computer, but then it's going to be a small ship.
Decrease speed to 100.
For sure, on my bigger ships, I absolutely use docking computers. Because they save time, and I want to do more than just dock my ship. So here I am, back at my home base.
Docking confirmed. You may disembark when ready. Good to have you, Commander.
Well, let's take a look at my assets for a moment. So here are my assets. I have earned 693 million and some change. I've spent 341 million on ships and 522 million outfitting. And my total claim costs have been about 7.3 million. So I don't lose a lot of ships except for the small ones. And you can see the other numbers I really don't care about, but that's where I am. Let me refuel this ship. We'll check out what ships I have. Currently have 14 ships. Yep. My Sidewinder I use to clear personal bounties. It's got nothing. My Sidewinder I use when I'm, interested in using a Sidewinder. Let's just spend a little time, take a look at the ships, take a look at them in livery. I've got paint jobs and ship kits for all the ships I care about. Take a look at my fittings. This is my Sidewinder. Nice yellow paint job. I've got non-engineered, because I haven't gotten around to it yet, burst laser and multi-cannon. Heat sinks, because why not? Probably use chaff if we're going to ever take this into combat, but let's face it, who's going to take a Sidewinder to combat? And I've got A-rated stuff for my core, except for D-rated life support, because, you know, who cares, and D-rated sensors, because, again, who cares? 17 light year jump range. Shield generator. I've got a 2E. Yeah, I know. I probably should run 2Cs, but I really don't use this ship for anything. A fuel scoop, because, you know, why not? A docking computer, because why not? And you can see my nice yellow paint job. And then there's my Eagle. Alright, so there's my Eagle with a nice paint job on it. I've got a multi-cannon, which I've not able to engineer yet because I haven't unlocked the guy. And I've got 2 engineered pulse lasers. These are engineered to be efficient because we have a small capacitor and not much recharge. You want them to be nice and efficient. I've got military grade composites for armor. I've got A-rated stuff, and a lot of it's engineered. So we'll take a look at the engineering modifications. As you can see, my power plant is engineered for more capacity. Thrusters are obviously dirty drives. 120%. Not great. Frame shift is optimized mass because I want more jump range, and I get 25, almost 25 light years. D-rated life support. Power distributor is engineered for more recharge, so I got pretty lucky. I didn't do a lot of rolls. I got pretty good roll. Plus 32%, and minus about 5, 6, 7%. Not bad. Which means as long as I'm using less than 2.92 megawatts, I should be able to keep firing pretty continuously. Oh, and my sensors are D-rated. They're also engineered. I mean, why not? So my capacitor draw is going to be 0.03, 0.14, 0.28. So I should be able to fire continuously. And they're turreted, because, you know, why not? I run a fuel scoop because I had this ship out picking up my Anaconda. 2A shield generator. Should have 2C, but whatever. Docking computer. Yeah, the rest. Who cares? That's my Eagle. You won't see an adder because I had one for a while, and it just pisses me off because the canopy doesn't have any real visibility. I like to be able to see outside my ship, and the adder just pissed me off, so I got rid of it. If I were you and I'm starting out, I would not waste my time on an adder. I would go straight to a Cobra, tool around in your Sidewinder, make some money, gain some rep, do some planetary scans, get yourself some money, get a Cobra, kit it out. Alright, this is my Viper Mark III, I believe. Two big multi-cannons, two small pulse lasers. Pulse lasers are efficient. Heatsink chaff. Lightweight alloys because I want a jump range. I would swap that out for something with more armor if I were going to take it into combat. 3A power plant for capacity. 3A thrusters. 115% dirty drive. Frame shift. It uses a bit more fuel, but I got plus 31% optimized mass, so I got more jump range. 2D life support, 3A power distributor, and I want a more recharge. So as you can see, I've got 3.73 megawatts per second for weapons recharge, and that's the way I like to run it. But I also do faster recharge on engines and systems. I do a balanced engineering. I'm not really entirely focused on combat, so I do it balanced. But I do like my weapons recharge to give me a lot more recharge than I'm going to use for firing my weapons. And that's why I go with pulse lasers and multi-cannons. Sensors have not been engineered, but they're 3D. Optional is optional. Not set up for combat. Maybe it should be. I don't really use this ship for combat at this point. I do have a engineered 3B biweave, 3C biweave. And it's set up for resistance. And I got pretty good, plus 11.5% resistance. I did pretty good. And then I also have a shield cell bank, engineered. And I got shield reinforcement, plus 2.1%. I went for faster boot time. But that is my Viper Mark III with a nice yellow paint job. Viper Mark IV. Like I said, I like small ships with good visibility. Now my Viper Mark IV. This one I've got missile racks because, you know, sometimes I like to go out and kill skimmers, so that's why this is set up this way. Chaff. Alright, so I've got military grade composites, and it's all 4A except for life support's 2D. Sensors are 3A. So the power plant, again, set up for capacity. Thrusters, dirty drive. Frame shift, jump range. Power plant, or distributor is set up for faster recharge, and on this one I got plus 35%. And I got engines at plus 44%. So I got really good recharge on this guy. Optional internal. Not set up for combat. Although I do have hull reinforcements. And engineered biweave. This is set up for resistance. Again, plus 11%. So I've been getting lucky on those. Docking computer, you know my thoughts on that. Right, so let's move on. Cobra is my moneymaker. This is the ship to get when you're first in the game. It costs a bit of money, but you should be able to get your first million pretty fast in the first couple of hours. You'll gain rep pretty fast if you're doing, if you're doing transport missions in your Sidewinder and you're moving around data, you move up pretty fast. Just do board hopping, fill up your queue with 20 of those missions, and then fly around. Alright, so Cobra, moneymaker, 2 big multi-cannons, 2 small pulse lasers, efficient for pulse lasers, shield booster, chaff launcher, A-rated except for life support, power plant for capacity, thrusters, dirty drive, frame shift for jump range, and this also gives me a lower thermal load. That's just the way it came out. Power distributor for faster recharge. I got plus 24%. Not awesome. But I do have a 2.29 megawatt per second weapons recharge. 3A sensors. Doesn't really matter. And my capacitor draw on my weapons is 0.28 plus about 0.45, so less than 1 megawatt per second. So I should be good there. I run cargo, 16 tons, 4A shield generator. Yeah, I know, should you see, but whatever. And these are engineered for resistance. And I did okay. Plus 16% thermal. I run a 4G planetary vehicle hangar because I want 2 SRVs. Because, like I said, I'm out there making money, and every once in a while I'll lose an SRV. I run limpet collectors because I've stopped for unidentified signal sources, so I can collect up crafting materials. And if I'm not able to pick one up fast enough, or if someone, an NPC shows up, I play in solo. If an NPC shows up, I don't want to fight. I want to pick up my stuff. I want to get out of there. I probably could fight. I don't really care at this point. Just trying to make money. I don't do that by doing combat, so I run. Docking computer, because why not? A 1C advanced discovery scanner, because why not? And with this guy, I'm making up to 20 million an hour, which I think is good. Not really doing exploits. Although, every once in a while I get multiple scans of the same base. That's life. And let's see. Keelback. Not engineered. Haven't gotten around it. I like the keelback because I like to get out there and fly a fighter every once in a while. And yeah, I know I've got to keep a pilot around, and he's making money. 15% or 12% of my money goes to him. So let's just take a look at my crew. Got one expert. He cost me 150K, and he's been earning 39 million of my money. But that's life. That's the way it goes. Alright, keelback, red paint job. I run 2 small pulse lasers and 2 big rails. Because, why not? Military grade for a power plant, not engineered. Should be, because I need the capacity. 4A thrusters, not engineered. Haven't gotten around to it. 4A frame shift, 1D life support, because, you know, if I lose my canopy, I'm losing my ship. It's just the way it goes. I once in a while take this out to run jobs. It's only a 700k buyback. Almost twice what the Cobra costs. But hey, that's life. Sometimes I just go out there and fart around. Keelback is easier to get into and out of when you're on a planet. Sometimes I do get stuck underneath the Cobra. I do have an engineered power distributor. Because, you know, why not? Uh, 3.72 megawatt per second weapons recharge. So let's take a look at my weapons. Oh, weapons are, the pulses are engineered. And they are efficient at 0.14 and 0.16. That's a 0.30 for pulse. Railguns are going to suck distributor at 5 megawatts each. And there's nothing that can be done about that. I could run smaller railguns, but... So that's going to run me about 10.5 megawatts. And my recharge is only 3.72 and a 20 megawatt capacity, which means I can shoot my railguns twice before I have to wait about 3 seconds. 2A sensors, doesn't matter. And then I've got my fighter hangar. It's a class 5. I've got a Condor at this point. I was able to find a AX or alien engineered fighter, but I think at this point it might be on my Anaconda. You'll find them at independent bases. I went to Kraka, I think, wherever that place was. Should be able to find them at most independent bases that have fighter hangars. And then I've got a planetary vehicle with 2 SRVs, because like I said, sometimes I run missions. 3C Biweave. Not really taking this into combat. Docking computer, 1 advanced discovery scanner, because why not? And that's my keelback. That's actually my second keelback. I had a keelback for a while, I traded it up for something else, then I decided I liked it, so I wanted to buy it again. Alright, so let's get on to my Dolphin. Dolphin because I like the sound it makes when it's boosting. It's not a great ship. I would typically set it up just for 1 passenger run at a time. Alright, so I've got pulse lasers. And they're turreted, because why not? Heat sinks. Lightweight alloy for jump range. I got a 26.33 jump range. I should engineer it if I want more jump range. 4A power plant, 5A thrusters, 4A frame shift, 4D life support, 3A power distributor, 3D sensors. And then for optional, I happen to have 32 tons of cargo. You know, I could swap it out if I'm going to do passenger runs. I do have a number of options for doing that. I can do first class economy, or I can just do economy for class 5. I've got a class 4 economy at this point, but I've also got other options. Get way too many of those. I've got a 4A fuel scoop because, well, you got a scoop if you're going to run tourist missions. 3C biweave, planetary vehicle because, yeah, why not? Docking computer, and you know why. Advanced discovery scanner because I like to make money. So that's my Dolphin. I don't really have a great need to engineer it. Maybe I should, but I'll get around to it someday. And then I've got a Diamondback Explorer because I was curious. Does the Diamondback Explorer have better jump range than an Asp Explorer? You know, the answer is not really. So this is my Diamondback Explorer. A big burst laser, takedown shields, gimbaled, not engineered yet, and 2 Class C multi-cannons for the kill. Heat sinks chaff. Military grade composites, not set up for jumping around, even though I've got 30.78 jump range. It's kind of sort of set up for combat, even though I don't do combat. Go figure. 4A power plant, 4A thrusters, 5A frame shift. Should engineer it, haven't done it. 3D life support, don't care. 4A power distributor, no, that's the way it goes. 3D sensors, doesn't matter. 4C biweave, 4A fuel scoop, because I travel sometimes. And cargo, because why not? And then SRV, discovery scanner, docking computer, you know the way it goes. Oh, don't think I showed off my Vulture. Oh, because I'm in the Vulture. I was. Wait, where's my Vulture? Eagle, Cobra, Keelback, Dolphin. Oh, they put it in after the Asp. Alright, so let's go Asp Scout. Obviously, I'm able to make money pretty easily. And I've just been sitting here at Nanimam. Once in a while I run around and check out places where people say they can make a lot of money and it turns out to be a big nothing. Once you get your reputation up to cordial, and then you're set to make money, no matter where you are. Alright, Asp Scout. So I've got 2 efficient engineered pulse lasers, class 1, 2 big multi-cannons. Mainly do this for distributor draw. You do it the other way and you run a distributor, you do it this way and your distributor's okay. Chaff and shield booster. This ship is engineered. I've got military grade composite. And then we've got a 4A power plant for capacity. 4A thrusters, dirty drive, not great. 4A frame shift for jump range, adequate. 3D life support, who cares? 4A power distributor, and again, balanced, plus 34%. Gives me a 4.72 megawatt recharge on a 30 megawatt weapons capacity, 4A sensors, And if we take a look at my draw, I'm at 0.42 plus another 0.28, so it's under 1 megawatt. And this is at 32 tons of cargo, fuel scoop. Once in a while I run jobs, 900K buyback. So that's if I get blown up, I lose one job. Not a big deal. Twice the cost of the Cobra. Not set up for combat. And I'm running the Black Friday paint job where possible. Alright, asks out. Moving right along. We'll take a look at my Vulture. Alright, this is my Vulture. Currently I have 2 engineered pulse lasers, class 3, turreted. Why not? Not going to really benefit from the turret thing, but hey, whatever. And as you can see, and they're set up for I do have a few other options, like pacifier frag cannons. Every once in a while I'll set it up with pacifiers and go out and blow up ships. Doesn't happen very often. Utility is chaff and shield boosters. I've got military grade composites. And then I've got 4A power plant for capacity. Because you got to for the Vulture. 5A thrusters have not been engineered, didn't get around it. 4A frame shift, didn't get around it. 3A life support, yeah, no. 3A, should be 3D. And I'd swap it out here if I could, but I can't, don't really care. Power distributor is set up for balanced, once again, got plus 34%, which gives me a 5.77 megawatt per second out of 36 megawatt capacitor. And I'm okay for draw right now. Internal is a 5C bi-weave. Fuel scoop, I was traveling. Autofield maintenance for combat. Advanced discovery, why not? Docking computer, don't want to waste time. 5D hull reinforcements. I do have other hull reinforcements. If I'm not traveling, I could swap out for 4D hull. Give me more hull. Okay, that's my Vulture. Moving right along. Oh, Asp Explorer. Why not? Alright, there's my Explorer. I've got two small pulse, and they're turreted because they're on the bottom. I've got 2 small multi-cannons, gimbaled, because they're on the front, and 2 turreted class 2 multi-cannons, because why not? Heat sinks, chaff, shield boosters, and this has not been engineered yet, I've got lightweight for jump range, 5A power plant, 5A thrusters, 5A frame shift, 4D life support, 4A power distributor, 5D sensors, 30.52 jump range. Has not been engineered yet. And I've got cargo. Don't really have any other I could, could set it up for passengers. Whatever. 5A fuel scoop. When you travel via SRV, why not? Hull reinforcement, why not? 3C shields, not for combat. Docking computer, discovery, you know the drill. You know the drill. So now I've got the Black Friday paint job, where possible. Federal gunship. Federal gunship is more of a big ship. Handles like a big ship. Not as sluggish as a Type 9. I'd rather use an Anaconda for cargo, if I'm going to do cargo. Or a Python for cargo. Type 7 for cargo. Anything but a Type 9. Alright, this is my Federal gunship. Black Friday paint job. So I've got 3C multi-cannon, gimbaled. Two 2F multi-cannons gimbaled. They're on the sides. 2 turreted multi-cannons on the bottom. 2 engineered efficient pulse lasers taking out shields. I'll have to see how that works. I might put a pulse laser for a 3. I'll have to see how fast or how slow I take down shields. I really haven't taken this into combat yet because, 6 million buyback, that's why. 2 engineered shield boosters. Because I wanted thermal resist, so I got plus 8% thermal out of both of those. Pretty close. Let's see, well, almost plus 8. And I've got military grade composite for armor. My Vulture has about as much armor as this Federal gunship once my Vulture is set up for combat. And the Vulture buyback is a whole lot less. And so that's why I might favor a Vulture over a Federal gunship. 6A power plant for capacity. Actually, I didn't go for capacity. Actually, I was trying to level up my engineer, and I went for heat efficiency. Well, I should re-engineer that. Thrusters for dirty drive. Frame shift for jump range. 5D life support. Power distributor for balance plus 28% roughly. So that gives me a 7.88 megawatt weapons recharge on a 58 megawatt capacitor. So if I add up all my capacitor draw, 0.25, 0.28, that's a little over 0.5. 0.12, 0.37, 0.65. So it's just about 1 megawatt per second. So I could switch out different weapons. But that's where you are. Alright, so optional internal. This was set up for traveling. Had to get it engineered. fuel scope, 6C biweave, and here I have my anti-alien fighters, Taipan. I got those at an independent base. Docking computer, hull reinforcement, shield cell bank. That's the way it goes. Where did I get that? Let's just take a look. I happen to get the AX fighters at Karka. You can see it right there. It was on the way to something. Alright, let's move on. Not done yet. So let's take a look at the Python and then the Anaconda. This is my Python. Not quite done working on it yet. Now, some of the parts are a bit expensive. When you start getting to 50 mil for something, you gotta work a little bit before you can upgrade it. The Python build I want is a shield tank. Not there yet. And this is my Python. Let's see, hardpoints. I've got a 3E burst turreted on top, another 3E burst turreted on top, 3C multi-cannon gimbaled on the front, 2F multi-cannon turreted on the top, 2F multi-cannon turreted on the top. Maybe not the best, maybe not the worst. We'll have to see. Heatsink, chaff, shield booster. I've got military-grade composites, 7A power plant, 6A thruster, 5A frameshift, 4D life support, 7A power distributor, 6A sensors. I'm pretty well done with my core internals. Jump range right now sucks at 15.38 light years. That's Python. 5D hull reinforcement, so I've got 2,000 in my hull. Another 5D hull. 6C biweave. So I've got 448 for my shield and 2,000 hull at this point. I got a 5B shield bank, shield cell bank. Fuel scoop, because you gotta have a fuel scoop if you're gonna fly around. For combat, I'd put in hull. Frameshift drive interdictor, you know, whatever. Discovery scanner, docking computer, you know why. So let me see what my options are for livery. Oh, I got Black Friday. There you go. Hadn't put it on yet. There we go. Black Friday. There are other options. More colorful though. That's a pirate red, predator green, predator crimson, predator blue, predator lime, predator red, and teal. And then the tactical stuff doesn't really appeal to me. And then vibrant. Oh, I just haven't put my nameplates on yet. Alright. I like the wings. And let's see. And let's see, what do we have? Nothing on my dashboard. And I do have ship kit. And at this point, I seem to like that one. And I like that one. And I like that tail. And for bumpers, I'm not really in love with bumpers. Really don't like bumper 3. And of course I've got red weapons and engine. And that's my Python. Anaconda I really haven't done anything with. Just picked it up. Just picked it up last night. And then had it shipped. Because it's really not ready to fly. And right now it's a 142 mil ship. I picked it up for 125 million. Probably a deal I had with the Federation, I'm not sure. Happened to find a base where I could pick it up. I think it was LS-20. Not far from where I am. Happened to see it along the way when I was traveling. Saved me a little bit of money. Sold my Type 9. And then had, you know, enough to get my Anaconda and kit it just a little bit. Black Friday Anaconda. And the weapons are nowhere near where they need to be. Didn't have enough money for a Type 4. Probably going to be a Pulse. Type 3 multi-cannon gimbaled. 3 of those. Type 2 burst efficient. They're on the sides, gimbaled. Type 1 pulse. For the smalls, they're turreted, they're on the bottom. That might be enough to take down shields. I'll have to see. Nothing for utility at this point. Like I said, I'd like to make this into a make my Python and Anaconda be shield tanks. This was just for traveling, and didn't even travel with it. Had it shipped. So this is mainly stock or what I had on the Type 9 that would fit. You know, 8E power plant. Haven't bought anything for these yet because they're super expensive. 6A frame shift happened to be on my Type 9, so I put it here. 5U life support came from the Type 9. 8E power distributor, expensive. 8E sensors, don't really care about sensors, but I'll make it 8D. Right now there's cargo, because that's what happened to be here. And autofill maintenance, because why not? 6C biweave. If I were going to go shield tank, I'd run Type 7 shields if I could. 4C shield cell. 5A fuel scoop. 5D fighter. Condor right now. Only one of those. Could have two. 5D hull reinforcement. 4D hull reinforcement. Hull reinforcement. Advanced discovery. Docking computer. Don't want to waste time docking. Hull reinforcement. With all those hull reinforcements, this ship has just about as much hull as my Vulture. Something to consider. Right now there's an 8 mil buyback on my Anaconda, and I only have 11 mil in the bank, so not going to fly this ship for a long time. But I've got it. Okay, that's all my ships. Time to get back in my moneymaker and go make some money. Almost time for lunch. So I'll do that and come back and make money. In the meantime, I'll show you where I am. I've got competent 4%, don't really do combat. Broker 6%, I do a lot of that. Explorer 42%, I do more of that. And I'm 86% friendly with the Federation, trying to gain rank. Trying to get into the bigger ships with the Federation. 71% Lieutenant, trying to get to Admiral. That'll take a while. You can see the people I'm allied with, because I do jobs here. And I want good jobs. And they give me good jobs. You want good jobs? Get allied. Go to a station, get allied, get good jobs. Take a look at my engineers. I have some engineers unlocked and others I have not unlocked yet. Too busy making money. You can see I've got these guys at 5. Todd the Blaster I need to unlock, but I don't do a lot of combat. Alright, so that's it for this video. If you like what you see, be sure to subscribe. If you like seeing Elite Dangerous, I'm doing a lot of that. Haven't been doing a lot of Vega Conflict recently because there's not a lot going on in Vega Conflict right now. It's kind of dry. I've gotten all of the Axis ships, and they're not offering any more Axis ships. Don't know that I care to upgrade my ships to Elite. Every once in a while they have an event with a weapon or two that I might need. Not really worth looking at on the channel. Meanwhile, I'm showing what the grind is about when you're trying to make money. And yeah, it can be a little grindy, but if you like the game, you're not going to mind the grind. I don't really mind the grind in Elite Dangerous because I like the game. I like flying around. I like collecting ships. Don't really like combat. Have done it once in a while. Maybe I should do more of that, but I'm not really into combat at this point. I'd imagine I will be eventually, but perhaps not right now. So that's where I am. So be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Check me out on Patreon. I know I've only got 91 subscribers. You could be number 92. I'm trying to grow the channel as best I can. I have an Xbox One X. I've got a 4K TV. I've got a PS4 Pro that I'm recording this on right now. And I just ordered a Steam machine from Dell. It's the Core i7 Steam machine. Because I like playing Elite Dangerous on the PC. Been using my laptop, which is okay. It's a dual SLI. Alienware laptop. It's okay. But I've been using that laptop for work. And, you know, I'd like to do Elite Dangerous on a 4K TV. It's probably not going to matter. Honestly, I'm not going to get a graphics card in that Steam machine that's going to be 4K capable. It's going to do 1080p. It's not going to do any upscaling. I don't expect that. But, you know, got a 4K TV, so I wanted to play Elite on a 4K TV. It just looks better. At any rate, that's where I am. I'll check in every once in a while and show you where I am and what I'm doing when I gain rank. It's pretty easy to rank up with the Federation and whatnot. You mainly have to take jobs that'll give you big rep boosts. I've been doing that with planetary scans because it gives me money. Getting the rep boosts with the Federation is secondary. I've been gaining about 1 rank per week, and that's typically what you can expect if you play a lot. Play casually and it might be 1 rank a month. So that's